There's new terrifying details about Demi's apparent overdose.
Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber might be feuding.
And Kim Kardashian opens up about Tristan Thompson's cheating scandal.
All of that and a lot more on today's rundown. T-Mobile is bringing you behind the scenes of the adventures of Kesha and Macklemore tour this summer with a 7-episode series on YouTube. All right, guys, I don't know if you've seen it yet. We've talked a lot about T-Mobile's The Adventures of Kesha and Macklemore tour series, which is on their YouTube channel. There is a brand new episode that airs today. It's live right now. You should go check it out because this entire series we have loved so much.
So much, but first we have to talk about Demi Lovato.
Oh, yes.
There's some new details that made me kind of sad.
Oh.
So according to TMZ, Demi Lovato has officially agreed to go to rehab following her alleged overdose, which is great news. TMZ was told that it took a while before her family even brought up the subject of rehab, saying Demi's family has squarely raised the issue of rehab with her, something they delayed for days because of the many complications resulting from the OD. Demi was very sick and her family did not want to upset her with something that might trigger conflict. Now at the moment, Demi's still at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, but sources told TMZ that she's, quote, getting out any day now, and once she's out, she'll be headed directly to a rehab facility. Right now, it's unclear where exactly the rehab facility will be located, but considering at least one member of her team insisted that they quit if she didn't seek help, it's clear the situation was urgent. But we're now learning exactly how urgent it was. So it turns out that her assistant, who found her in her bed on the morning of the overdose, didn't think she'd survive. TMZ is reporting that when Demi's bodyguard found out there was an emergency at her home, he arrived to find her assistant screaming, quote, "She's dead, she's dead." The same report also gave more details, saying the bodyguard rushed to Demi's side and it appeared she was not breathing. Our sources say there was blood on her pillow, an ominous sign because it's evidence of hemorrhaging. It appears there was also vomit and her airways may have been clogged. Their sources also added that the bodyguard administered some sort of first aid to keep Demi alive before paramedics arrived. Then when they did arrive, they administered Narcan to reverse the effects of the overdose.
I thought you were gonna be like, this Demi news, she's going home from the hospital, everything's good. I didn't know you were gonna drop this.
Like, we knew this was gonna happen. We knew we were gonna get more details. I think it's just hard to get those details considering like we've been going on this train of she's getting better, like she's still in the hospital, but she's gonna go to rehab. Like we've constantly gotten this positive news, but I don't think we've really faced the fact that we haven't gotten many details about the actual event yet.
Yeah.
So to read all this is just...
I like literally had chills when you were like, seriously, look at me, I have chills even thinking about this. What a scary thing. I mean, the fact that she's been in the hospital for this long tells us that she in fact really went through something severe, and this makes sense. I can't imagine. I do feel like this has to be a turning point for her.
It has to be. And I can't imagine what hers. I'm sorry for her assistant. You can't. I'm not,
I was like, are you getting emotional?
It went down the wrong path. I'm not crying.
Okay.
But for her assistant, that's what is it called? She's gonna have like post-traumatic stress from that. Like to go to somebody who, when you're somebody's assistant, like you have a close relationship and bond with them. To see Demi in that state and to think that she's possibly dead, like you don't really recover from that soon. Like you're gonna need some type of something.
Help. All of them need help. Things might be good with Khloe and Tristan Thompson right now, but that was not always the case. On Thursday, Kim sat down for a radio interview with Ryan Seacrest, where she gave some insight as to what actually went down between Khloe and Tristan's pre-baby drama. So she told Ryan, we definitely all had that conversation, and honestly, I don't want to give too much away because we genuinely had those conversations. Sometimes we were filming and sometimes we weren't, and it was more maybe when Khloe wanted her privacy and no cameras when she was in Cleveland going through that, but the sisters were still all filming and talking about how to approach it and what to do. So she didn't go into too much detail into what those conversations actually entailed, but we're sure to find out sometime very soon during the upcoming season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kim admitted that although it was a tough situation for everybody, Khloe's decision to stay with Tristan after his cheating scandal was largely impacted by their baby daughter, True. She said, it was definitely new territory for us when you have a new baby coming into the world. I think ultimately we always wanted her to be happy, but it gets all clouded when there's a baby, you know? Her motherly instincts kicked in and she has to do what makes her happy, so we'll support that. We all know the Kardashians have been through a lot of drama, but it is nice to hear that no matter what, they always have each other's backs. But the reality star did admit that there was some drama with Khloe's birth. She told Ryan that she and her sisters were in the middle of filming an interview when they got the news that Khloe was in labor, but Khloe didn't want anyone to know, so they had to act normal until they could actually fly out to Cleveland separately from Chris. And she said, it was like so much drama getting there.
Like, I can hear Kim saying that.
It was like totally so much drama.
So much drama.
This is interesting insight. I feel like once we see Keeping Up with the Kardashians, we'll learn even more about how this all went down. My heart still hurts for what Khloe went through during this time. I know that it seems like she and Tristan are over it, but every time I think about what she went through, my heart hurts for her.
I think it's just a combination of multiple things. It's one, she was pregnant. Two, like, you did it in such, cheating is wrong regardless, but he did it in such like a public way. Like, we have footage and photos, so it's just, that hurts. And also, it wasn't just one person, it was multiple people. Like, none of it makes it right, but it's just, it's so many different layers to this. So I'm excited to, as a Keeping Up with the Kardashians fan, like the show, I'm excited to see it all play out, but also it's gonna be one of those things where when you're reliving it, and I think that's what's so hard for reality stars. That's why on all the Housewives shows, they're good on the show, and then when they watch like the season, when it's actually airing again, the fights again, because they see what all the side combos and everything were.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting to see it play out, and sometimes I think that can actually do damage to your relationship when you've already healed, but then you have to like relive it all again, so.
Khloe, I hope you're okay. Call us if you need anything.
You have our number. No, you don't. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Everybody knows that song by now. That song literally went viral, the In My Feelings challenge or the Shiggy challenge. So when the song came out when Drake dropped Scorpion, you know, he had all his hits on there and Nice for What was really hidden on the charts for a little bit. But then In My Feelings went viral after this comedian named Shiggy posted this video, and then it created this whole challenge. Well, Drake dropped his video last night, and to say that we're in our feelings is an understatement. So in the video, which is more like a movie clocking in at 8 minutes with a hilarious intro, which he tries to profess his love to, you guessed it, Kiki, played by Lala. But her mom, Felicia Rashad, steps in and cuts Drake's Romeo and Juliet act short.
Same spot we always at. I want to see you there. That's all I'm saying.
Now, I know the whole neighborhood heard me, so you had to have heard me, too.
I was looking for my contact lens.
Excuse me.
No, I can't see out of one eye. That's why I'm going, though.
Good night, sir.
After the intro, the video kicks into high gear with an array of dancers taking on In My Feelings all over the city of New Orleans, and Shiggy, aka the OG creator of the challenge, made more than one appearance.
Baby, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. 'Cause I want you, and I need you. I'm down for you always.
And as a bonus, because Drake loves us, he added in a montage of people doing the In My Feelings challenge at the end, and there are almost too many celeb cameos to count. You'll spy everyone from the Queer Eye cast to the Stranger Things kids to Backpack Kid to Dua Lipa. Even J-Hope from BTS makes an appearance in this vid.
And I need you, and I'm down for you always. KB, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. 'Cause I want you, and I need you.
And in that montage, it ended with Will Smith, because Will Smith pretty much ended the challenge when he was like on the rooftop of, or the top of that bridge, wherever he was. I forget where it was.
Right.
That went viral, and this video just makes me so happy.
I don't want it to go away, but it will.
Yeah.
Like, we'll think of 2018 always as the year of the Shiggy In My Feelings challenge.
I just think Drake is killing it in general with his videos from his
Every
new
time.
album, because Nice for What was incredible. I'm Upset was incredible because he had all the cameos from all the Degrassi. So for all these Degrassi fans like me to see all like their favorite Degrassi characters grown up and still in school, it was just
so cute.
I love it. Drake, keep it coming because I'm here for it.
Okay, is there or is there not an actual feud happening between Shawn Mendes and Justin Bieber? I'm about to break it down. Since the Biebs' newest song, No Brainer, came out, people have been pointing at a lyric that fans are convinced was shade at Shawn Mendes. Some outlets are reporting that a source revealed that there is now an actual feud happening, you guys. The source has revealed Shawn will take any shade Justin wants to send because he can handle it. Shawn feels like he should be above it all because that is the guy he is. And if Justin wants to do or say anything, he has more important things to worry about. But then some shade was also thrown in the mix, with the source adding, Shawn is friends with Selena and he respects her too much to get into a feud with Justin. He heard all the stories from the past with Justin and Selena, and he has chosen Selena in the battle for friendship and just doesn't want to get into petty feuds. It does nothing for him at all. Now, to be fair, the lyric in question just simply says, It ain't that hard to choose him or me. Be for real, baby, it's a no-brainer. But for some, that was enough to start a full-on feud between Justin and Shawn over Hailey freaking Baldwin. Now, Shawn has addressed Hailey and Justin's engagement, specifically that there's drama between them. He said in an interview, I texted Hailey the day of and I said, congrats, that's what it is. I think everybody wants there to be more, there's not. Now, to be clear, those sources were Hollywood Live sources, and I just wanna make that clear because I feel like sources can literally come from everywhere, and we wanna make sure that we associate the right sources with the right publications. So I stand firm on my theory that Shawn and Hailey's relationship was not a real relationship. I think they're friends. I think it was a PR thing. I don't think there was anything romantic between them. I don't feel like I ever saw them kiss or be really affectionate. They just seemed like two best friends who were like, hey, I'm going to this event. Do you have a date? No, I don't. Do you? No, let's go together. Okay, cool.
The only reason I thought at one point there was possible drama was when, remember everybody was talking about how Hailey deleted the pictures of Shawn from her Instagram? That kind of, when she started dating Justin, that kind of made me be like, So that's the only thing that still kind of raises the red flag. But do I think that Shawn or Justin have time to focus on each other being a feud? No.
I do remember that one time when Justin Bieber was asked about Shawn Mendes.
Oh yes, he did the Mariah Carey version. I don't know.
He was like, I don't know who that is. This was before Shawn became as big as he is.
Yeah.
And it was so funny. So I wonder if he knows who Shawn Mendes is now.
Definitely. All right, guys, that is a wrap for today's episode of DHR, which means you can now enjoy your weekend until we're back here on Sunday.
And you can also enjoy, you guys, T-Mobile's new YouTube series, The Adventures of Kesha and Macklemore. If you haven't seen it yet, you should. I've watched every single episode, and there's a new episode today that's so, like, heart-tugging. Oh, I almost cried.
Listen, anything that makes me cry, I'm there for it. But before we go, we have to know what your thoughts are. Do you really think that Justin and Shawn are feuding, or do you think that people are blowing this lyric and this whole Hailey situation out of proportion?
Yeah, and I also want to know, were you as shook as I was today hearing about this Demi situation? Did you expect it to be that serious? Let us know in the comments. Also, let us know what you're up to this weekend. If you haven't yet, follow us on Instagram. I'm at Aaron Robinson, and you're at Emil Ennis Jr., right?
Yes.
And you guys have an awesome weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
Bye.
Today's episode was brought to you by T-Mobile. Don't miss the first 5 episodes of The Adventures of Kesha and Macklemore on T-Mobile's YouTube channel, and stay tuned for more episodes this summer.